YouTube, which I apologize for. I never really meant to stop posting like that, as radically, and for as long as I did. I mean, it's been months, I think, since I posted something here. But I simply had so much other working priorities, and well, my YouTube channel had to suffer the consequences. I mean, I'm still working on one art collaboration, and I've been doing art shows, and it's been really great. So no worries. It's been great, and I have had lots of work, and so I just didn't have time for YouTube. But I'm really sorry about that. I really hope that you will enjoy today's video. This video is a time lapse of the room that I painted where I live here in Vannes. It is in a place called Dédale, which is a building that is going to be destroyed next year, so in 2020. And until then, it has been taken over by a street art association. So each room is painted by a different artist, and I am one of these lucky artists. So I had to propose a project that had to be validated on so you could paint a room. So I did all of this, it got accepted, and yeah, I'm painting a room. Or I have been painting a room. It's been finished for a few months now. It's just I didn't have the time to edit the video until today. So mural painting is still very new to me. This is only the second time I do this, so I am still learning. And you will realize in this video that the first wall is made quite differently than the others. That's because while I was painting the room, I evolved and changed my mind and technique, and my approach is quite different. So the whole room took at least 20 days to finish. I don't know exactly how long because I have been working on it for a few days a week over a few months. So it's really hard to count and I kind of lost track of it. So I'm pretty sure it's at least 20 days, but it might be 22 or 23. Anyway, about the technical approach. So the first wall, I start to work in black drawings, similar to an ink painting, because I was mostly inspired by my recent watercolors, which are, let's say, a comic artist approach, where you just draw with ink and then you color. And so I simply replicated that technique on a wall. And to be fair, this technique is not bad, since if you can simplify it a lot, it's actually pretty fast. I recently used that technique for my third mural painting in London for the other art fair. I just had one day for that specific mural, and I mean, I managed, so good technique. However, if you like to work on details, this technique can be a little bit frustrating, so I dropped it for a more traditional approach of painting. I also made such a newbie mistake in that room. I started to use really small brushes, and then after a while realized I need bigger brushes, so I started to use a spalter. I think it was a 5 centimeter, so 2 inches one, and yeah, that did change things radically. So much faster and much more enjoyable as well. So yeah, take the brush. The brush needs to have the right size depending on the material or the size of your canvas. The other thing is I don't really pre-draw anything on the walls, so I just kind of go with the flow. Most of these shapes I know pretty well. However, I did use some references and I also did some pre-sketching on paper for certain shapes just to get them in my mind before working on that larger scale. And for supplies, I simply used acrylic paint, the one that you use for walls in home and decor stores. Yeah, I think that covers the technical aspects of the room. Yeah, I really loved working on that room, to be honest. It truly makes me want to paint so much more. What I enjoyed the most was being in a room without any kind of distraction. I just had some music, the paint, the brushes. So whenever I had to take a break, I just would sit and contemplate my wall and maybe adjust if something was off. But that was pretty much it. It was just the art and myself. And it was so peaceful to be completely cut from the world like this, and I think it really did impact the way I currently work in my studio. I hardly open my computer nowadays and I mostly listen to music, and it really helps me to get into the flow of working, and I enjoy myself much more like that. Also, most of the work was done back in February as I cut my left hand, which had to be in a bandage for a few weeks. I don't know if you've seen that video, but yeah. My hand is fine again, so no worries, but it was like impossible for me to use my left hand for a few weeks. But painting, you can paint with just one hand. So I did that. I did the room, and it really felt like holidays to me because it was not much of a deadline. I mean, there was a deadline, but it was still far away, and it was just really nice. If you happen to come on holidays in France or in the region I am in, I will leave all the details of that specific building so you can visit it. Be in mind that the building is planned to be destroyed in 2020, which is next year. So if you're seeing this video later in the future, chances are the room only exists in this virtual space of YouTube and also on my website. On that timely note, I will leave you with the rest of the video and music from Amarante. If you like this video, you know the drill. Don't forget to like because that helps, and comment because that helps as well, and maybe even subscribe if you feel like it. Thank you so much for your time, and I really wish you a lovely day, and maybe I will see you in my next video. Bye!